All right, welcome everyone. My name's Ben from Game Centre, also known as Game Traders MacArthur Square. Today we're going to be playing a quick magic match. Well, Evan and Rune are going to be playing a quick magic match via our Zoom accounts. And big announcement that we're going to be running our tournaments online. So since the store has become an online-only store, I wanted to give the opportunity for our players actually to still meet together and play games like they have been doing most nights of the week for the last couple of years. And this is going to be one of the first ones. Rune, how you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, Ben. Decided to play with the new Challenger decks. This is going to be pretty fun. I'm going to be piloting the Flash of Ferocity Challenger deck. Evan?
I'm going to be piloting the Cavalcade Charge deck.
Yeah, both of them are going to be available on our website for $35 each, which is ridiculously good value considering that they are about 60 to 70 bucks if you were to buy all of the cards individually. So yeah, the decks value attest to themselves. We're going to see how much fun they actually are to play. And as we're playing, I'll talk a little bit about the tournaments and stuff. But for now, let us roll some dice to see who goes first between you and I, Evan. Yep. I've got some dice here, so I'll roll for me. I get a 6. And for you, you get an 8. I have awful rolls. Evan, would you like to go first or second?
I shall go first.
Alrighty. Good luck to you, man.
Good luck.
Alrighty.
So, Rune, how much are the tournaments?
So, we're going to be running tournaments for each of our TCGs, which includes Pokemon, Magic, Final Fantasy, and Yu-Gi-Oh! They're going to be completely free to enter, which will be sweet because there will also be some limited prizes as well that we can give away. And whenever anybody is wanting to play games outside of the regular scheduled tournaments, you're more than welcome to just jump on our Discord and play some games. There will be somebody there from a member of staff to be able to play with you, or hopefully we're going to try and use it as a gathering place for anybody that just wants to play some games, because I mean, it's a boring time at the moment. Evan, I'm happy to keep this hand.
Yep, I'm also very happy to keep my hand.
Fantastic. You're very happy. That makes me a little worried, but we'll see how it goes. Good luck to you, man.
Good luck. Alrighty. So, if I'm starting off, I shall start by playing just regular old Mountain. And then I shall tap that to play Scorch Spitter.
It's a good one.
It is a good one. So,
alrighty.
And with that, I shall end my turn.
Alrighty. I'll draw for turn. I'll quickly mention to some of the people as well is that if you're unfamiliar with online play, don't be scared of it. I have, well, actually, sorry, I shouldn't just say I have. We currently both have very, very crappy setups, but they work. And we've kind of done it on purpose at the moment, just to show you that you can get anything together. I've got a cardboard box with a lamp and a camera, just to kind of have it all in one place, which means that I'll be playing slightly differently to normal. I'm going to have my lands up here and all my creatures down here, so you can see my battlefield a bit better. Whilst Evan's just got the traditional top-down view, which means he's able to play normally, but like it's whatever you have access to at the moment. Like, yeah, you don't really need to go fancy with it. Hey.
Yeah, you don't have to go fancy. Top-down view is definitely one of the best ones. Just
it's
because
probably the most ideal, I would say. But I've got this just to show that anything works at the moment. Yep. If you've also unfamiliar with Zoom, if you look on the side where it shows the participants, when it comes to playing online, rather than using dice or traditional counters like you might normally use, it's much easier if you just change your name, like I have done here, to say that I've gone up 1 life to 21 because of my land that entered the battlefield. And that's just going to be the easiest way to kind of display that information. But I'll do what I said and play my lands up here, and I will then pass the turn to Evan.
Beautiful. With that, I shall untap, draw a card. Okay. I'm going to play a mountain. And then I'm going to play Cavalcade of Calamity.
Oh no, that's not what I wanted to see.
No, definitely not. So, Cavalcade of
Alrighty.
Calamity. Hopefully it is readable. Whenever a creature you control with power 1 or less attacks, Cavalcade Calamity deals 1 damage to the player or planeswalker that creature is attacking. So, with that, I'm going to go into my combat phase, and I shall swing with Scorch Spitter.
So it deals 2 damage from me just from the attack triggers. So the Scorch Spitter deals 1 and the Calamity deals 1. And
Yep.
then it goes to blocks. I cannot block with anything, and I'll take that additional 1, taking 3 hits in total, which I've already done.
Beautiful. And
Brilliant.
with that, I shall end my turn.
Happy days. I will untap. I will draw a card. Play my land for the turn, and I'll just pass it over to you, Evan.
Beautiful. I shall untap, draw my card, and I shall tap both of them and play Fervent Champion and Tin Street Dodger.
So remember what I said about playing 1 spell at a time?
I do remember that, yes.
You definitely want to do 1 at a time, but that's fine.
I do believe this is going to be the best play for me.
Okay.
This one has First Strike and Haste. And Tin Street Dodger also has Haste. So, with that, I shall go into combat. And I will swing all 3 at you.
Which just with the triggers alone is dealing me 4 damage.
Yep.
So 14. And as we're still in attackers and have not yet gone to blocks, I will pay 2 mana. And I'll play a Wildborn Preserver, which has Flash, Reach, and whenever another non-human creature enters the battlefield under my control, I can pay X. When I do, I get to put X 1/1 counters on this guy.
And is that just for the end of turn or permanent?
Permanent. +1/+1 counters. And he is
Yep.
just regularly a 2/2. So what I will do is, what's going to stem the bleeding the most? I will just, it's a tough one because all your creatures suck. And by that, I mean they're all good. I think I'm going to block your Tin Street.
Yep, no problem.
And
With
I
that.
will take an additional 2 damage.
Yep. And with that, I put Tin Street into the discard. I'll just
Awesome.
shuffle these around a little. And
Anything
pass turn.
else? Fantastic.
No.
I'll untap. Draw a card. I'm just going to play a land. And with that, I'll pass the turn to you, Evan.
Yep, no problem. With that, I shall untap.
So for any of our viewers as well, some of you might be regulars to our normal tournaments when we had them on, but we will try and stick to more or less the same idea when it comes to a lot of our tournaments. So on Monday, we're looking at doing Magic. Tuesday will still be the Final Fantasy TCG. Wednesday will be the regular Yu-Gi-Oh! Thursday will be Pokemon. Friday will also be Magic for F&M, so that way we can actually do some F&M and keep everyone doing their regular tournaments. Saturday will be Pokemon, and then Sunday will be another Magic tournament. Reason why there's so many Magic tournaments is because we can do quite a lot with it. There's arena events that we can do. We can do some standard if people have standard decks. We've got commander decks. I've got like 6 at the moment that I could use. There's quite a few things. So we'll kind of look at asking the community to see what they would like to do in some of those regards, and also with times. We haven't got that sorted out, but we definitely will, probably by the end of this week, I would say.
Sounds good. So, being my turn, I'm going to tap for 2 mana, and I'm going to activate Bone Crusher Giant Stomp. So he's now on a... So, damage cannot be prevented this turn, and Stomp deals 2 damage to any target.
So it deals 2 damage to any target. Alrighty, I do have a response to that. My response to that, I will flash in another Wildborn Preserver.
Yep.
And when it enters a battlefield, since it is a non-human, I'll pay the 1 to put a counter on the Wildborn Preserver that you're targeting with the Stomp ability.
Alrighty. And he's
So
now off.
He's on an adventure.
With that, I'm then going to swing.
So I currently have a 3/3 that has 2 damage on it, and I have a 2/2 wolf.
Yep.
Oh, elf archer, I should say. Sorry.
Beautiful. I'm going to swing Fervent Champion and Scorch Spitter.
Okie dokie. So I take, just from attacks alone, 3 damage, taking me to 9. And I will block the Scorch Spitter with my Wildborn Preserver 2/2.
Yep.
So not the one with the counters on it.
Beautiful.
Taking an additional 1 damage from the Fervent Champion.
Alrighty. And with that,
And your Scorch Spitter dies.
Oh, yes. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
And yours.
Brilliant. Untap. Draw a card. Play a land for turn.
Yep.
And still a bit scary to attack, so I'm just going to pass the turn.
No problem. With that, I untap. And I draw a card.
How many cards do you have in hand at the moment?
I currently have 4 cards in hand.
That is a lot. Okay, thank you.
So, I'm going to tap for 1. And I shall play another Fervent Champion.
I have a response to that, and I'm going to make you play an additional 2 for that spell.
And I cannot, so it is now just gone.
Root.
And if that is the case, I shall just pass turn.
At the end of your turn, I'm going to cast an op, so I'll scry 1 and draw 1.
Yep.
Definitely going to scry that to the bottom. Alrighty. Then I'll draw. And then I will untap. Draw a card. Hmm. Play a land for the turn. I will attack you for 2 damage,
I shall take the 2 damage.
and then I'll pass the turn.
Alrighty. Okay, so with that, I shall untap, draw a card, and I shall play another mountain. With that, I believe I can cast my Bonecrusher Giant from the adventure.
That you are indeed correct.
Beautiful. So I shall do that.
I will respond to that. I'll pay 1 mana. I'm going to cast an Opt. So
Yep.
scry 1, then draw a card. Scry. Sorry, should do that. Okay. I will keep that on top, and then I'll draw that card.
Is
So
that all?
I will let that resolve.
Alrighty. And with that, I shall end turn.
So I'm just thinking. How big is Bonecrusher Giant?
It is a 4/3.
Okay. Alrighty. I'll untap. I'll draw a card. Jesus. Play a land for turn. I think I'll just pass here.
Alrighty. Cool. And if you're passing, I shall untap, draw a card, play a mountain, and then I shall tap 4 and play Tourbillon Thane of Redfell.
Oh God, nice. It's a good one.
It is a good one. So, if a red sleuth I control would deal damage to an opponent or opponent, it deals that much damage +2 instead.
I will. So, in response to that cast, I will pay 1 and Opt. So,
Yep.
scry 1, draw. I'm sure you're familiar with it. I've cast 3 this game.
Yep.
Super helpful.
I can only.
That's not too bad. I think I'll keep that on top, and then I'll draw that card for the turn.
Alrighty. So, with that, I'm just going to swing at you with Fervent
So
Champion.
you enter combat, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So you haven't swung yet. You've gone to combat.
I've gone to combat, and I'm about to swing with Fervent Champion.
Yeah, but you don't tell me that. You just say that you've gone to combat.
No,
So reason why is because this deck has a lot of things that interact with my opponent, and so you going to combat might interact a response from me.
Okay.
I'm just trying to work out whether I want to do things or not. It's a tough. Torbjorn sucks. Because he's like real good.
No, you're ruined.
What? I said he's real good.
Oh, I had a rude.
So I'd need to get them above that number. Brutal. Okay, I am going to if I do that, I can take 2, can play that. Okay, go to combat.
Okay. So, I'm in combat and I'm going to swing with a Fervent Champion.
Alrighty, so Cavalcade trigger triggers.
Yep.
Torbjorn says what, sorry?
If a red source you control deals damage to an opponent or a permanent, it deals that much damage plus 2 instead.
Okay, so that's fine.
Deal 3.
Yeah, so what I'll do is I will, in response to the trigger of Cavalcade, I will play a Brazen Borrower, which says I can return target non-land permanent to an owner, can't speak. Return target non-land permanent an opponent controls to its owner's hand. And
Yep.
it goes on an adventure. So I'm going to return Torbjorn to your hand.
No problem.
Cavalcade will deal 1 damage to me.
Yep.
And I will block the Fervent Champion with my 3/3 Wildborn Preserver.
Alrighty. So, Fervent Champion goes down. And it is your turn.
Excellent. I'm going to untap, draw a card. I'm just going to play a Forest. I will move to combat.
Yep.
I will swing at you with my 3/3 and 2/2.
So,
Remembering that I have this guy in the adventure.
yes.
Okay.
Alrighty. That's the case. I'll just cop the damage.
Before damage, so you're declaring no blocks is what you're saying, sorry.
No.
I will, that's not death for me if I do that, so that's good. I'll pay 3 mana. I'll play my Brazen Borrower, and since another non-human enters the battlefield under my control, I will put 2 counters on each of my wolves. So I'll put 2 counters there and then 2 counters here. So that is a total of 9 damage that you are now taking.
Okay. And I shall take said 9 damage.
Fantastic.
Is there anything else you wish to do before your turn passes?
That is me done. All you.
I shall just untap.
Yep.
And draw the card. So, with that, I'm going to tap 1. And I shall play Scorch Spitter.
Yep.
And with that, I shall end my turn.
Interesting. No Torbjorn.
No,
Why didn't you play
Torbjorn.
Torbjorn? Why didn't you play Torbjorn? Or are you hoping that you survive?
do hope that I survive. It's unlikely.
I would say so.
Hmm.
I'll draw a card. I'll play a land. I'll move to combat.
Yep.
I shall swing my Flying Fairy and both the Wildborn Preservers at you.
So what is
So one of them is a 5/5, one of them is a 4/4, and the 3/1 flyer that you cannot block.
okay? I shall block the 4/4 with Bone Crusher Giant.
So you'd be going down to 1.
Yes.
So with that block, I will, before combat damage, play another Wildborn Preserver.
Yep.
And I will pump up both my guys by 2 each. So that equals death for you.
That does equal death for me. And
Happy
I go with
days.
good game.
Yeah, GG's. Alrighty. So, yep, that's the new Challenger decks, or at least this is 2 of the new Challenger decks. I think they're pretty fun. They've even come with a full sideboard. You can take these to just about any sort of actual standard tournament and do really well with them. You only really need to change up a few cards and you can win with them pretty easily. Again, they're $35 for like $70 decks. It's kind of ridiculous. And definitely keep an eye on our Facebook page, Discord, and website for any news relating our tournaments, and just come join us and have a bit of fun.
Yep, 100%.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Thank you.
See you around.
Yeah.